Presidential election appeal. Lawyers decry shortage of Supreme Court justice. So how they want to solve this problem now? Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Senior lawyers in Nigeria have pointed out that the country's Supreme Court is currently short on justice. Hence, they fear that the 60-day presidential election appeal period in the appeals court would put other appeals on hold unduly. Nigerian News has reported that Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and Peter Obi of the Labour Party unsuccessfully challenged the election of President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Court. Hence, they are expected to appeal the ruling of the Presidential Election Petitions ruling within 14 days of the ruling, since the ruling was on September 6. They have until Wednesday, September 20, to file their appeal before the Supreme Court. This is expected to lead to unwarranted issues in the justice system of Nigeria due to a shortage of justice. Note that the country's constitution mandates that there should be 21 justices at the Supreme Court level, but there are only 11 active justices at the appeals court because several recently retired justices have not been replaced. The Supreme Court is expected to select a panel of 7 justices to hear the presidential appeal, which means that only 4 justices will be available to hear other cases at the appeals court because other justices will be busy focusing on other election petitions during the 60 days permitted under the Constitution. The 4 judges who will be left to focus on other pending appeals will not be enough to carry out their duties because the Supreme Court requires at least 5 justices to hear cases. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Olukayode Ariwola, gave the justice a breakdown of the size of the work before them in November by citing that there were 6,884 cases on the court's waiting list. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, due to the obvious challenge of the shortage of justice, the National Judiciary Council (NJC) requested applications in June after announcing the existence of 10 new Supreme Court bench openings. 11 candidates are now going through the screening and the interview procedure required to name the new justice, claimed a top Supreme Court official via the nation's newspaper. The NJC will make recommendations to the president following the screening. I assure you that within the next 3 weeks, the new justice will be unveiled for the Supreme Court, the official said the nations. The process, which commenced earlier this year, was delayed by the court's vacation. Now that the court is resuming, coupled with the concern being expressed by many, I assured you that the process will be fast-tracked. Everyone knows the effect the current state of affairs will have on the court's capacity to effectively function with only 11 justices out of the 21 allowed by the Constitution. I assure you that the ongoing process will be concluded within the next few weeks. The only delay could be with the president, who will be required to seek the Senate's confirmation, and the Senate which will be required to confirm those recommended for appointment. Nigerian lawyers claimed that the Supreme Court's admission bench could result in a judiciary crisis in the country. They warned that if 7 of the available 11 judges were nominated to the Presidential Election Appeal Panel, there will be only 4 justices available to hear the thousands of cases currently pending at the Appeals Court. Hence, lawyer Atif Ebon-Olu San urged the National Judiciary Council (NJC) to fill the positions as soon as possible. He also begged the NJC to pick candidates while taking into account, among other things, the gender equity, competence, and the national spread. He said, I think it is important that we look at the issue of geographical spread as stated under Section 14 of the Constitution. Now, we have 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. I believe we should look at the ones that are presently here and the ones that are not represented and ensure there is quality representation in the appointment of justice for the Supreme Court. So, the National Judiciary Council should also look at the request of the Nigerian Bar Association and the body of the Senior Advocates of Nigeria to consider active legal practitioners who have made distinction and have reputation and integrity. Also, a Nigerian lawyer with the U.S. Nigerian Law Group in Washington, D.C., Emmanuel Ogebe, has said that the Nigerian Supreme Court needs at least 21 judges to be fully staffed during an election year. Another lawyer, Festus Ogun, has said that there haven't enough judges to complete the 2 panels of the court, which could have disastrous effect. He said we have 11, just 11. That means there is just 1 panel, and because it's a constitutional matter, we must have not less than 7 justices of the Supreme Court. That means you can't have 2 panels. How are they going to do it? So guys, you've all heard it now. What's your take on this? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.